Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Mr. Loki, and in in this video, we're gonna be playing some Loki ranked, and yeah, I'm also gonna be sharing because I'm sure some of you guys are interested um in the 11.6 kind of debacle. There's a bit of controversy. Also, I just woke up, so like my hair. Oh well. There's a bit of a controversy with 11.6 patch. And there's obviously two sides,
Your god.
Loki.
and
Why, hello there. Let's make this procedure
I want to
unforgettable.
try to show a third side, but I am favoring one side. So what are the two sides? The two sides is like, one is saying that the 9.5 revert. Let me just tell you what's going on for those who don't know. It's season 9.5, so basically mid-season of season 9. They added a patch where everyone becomes like 30 to 40% tankier. So more health, more protection, stuff like that, right? So it's harder. Time to kill um has decreased basically. Everyone's tankier. And basically what that made is people surrendered way less. Because people were just constantly surrendering. I say season 8 and 9 are, it's kind of spoiling it, but season 8 and 9 are like the worst seasons in Smite history. Worse than season 4, which was a tank meta. Because it was nothing but a snowball. Like level 2 gank, blink, cheese, gank. I mean, that's what people are doing right now. Rather than the junglers going to mid lane at level 2, they just go and gank duo or insta kill the mid laner at level 2 with blink. And whatnot. So like people were just dying too much, and it wasn't really. It undermined the game. So they made a patch where people are harder to kill, and we've been in that meta since season 9.5 until recently 11.6, which reverted all those changes. So now everyone's back to that squishy self. Although items have a little less power than back then. So if you think right now it's super like kill bally, I'm pretty sure it was even more back in season 9.4. Items I think had more power in them. I remember like brawlers having 50 power or something. So yeah, I mean you can even look at this team right here. There's like no tanks. It's all just damage dealers. That's pretty much how you play now. You have one tank, could be like a hybrid, like Horus, and then just rest go all damage. Tanks are kind of like not great, and if you do go tank, you just build damage or hybrid, right? So my thoughts right now is I think the meta is horrible. It's back to the good old days of walking up, killing people instantly. And that's not fun. That's not. I'm gonna say something more objective. It's not healthy for the game. This isn't. The game's more arena. Objectives matter less. Just kind of kill people
until it's far too
Um,
late.
and so. Hold on, let me.
Nothing like the chill touch of steel on skin.
So I'm actually going to be trying something new. It's called Shadow Drinker. However, I'm still perplexed how I want to put this in my build. Do I want to go Jotuns first for cooldown? I probably do. Probably go like Jotuns, Hydra's, Shadow. Probably. So we can do that. We can go Jotuns first item. Who's the mid laner? They don't have a mage. It's all just physicals.
Silence.
Okay, yeah, their team comp is a little weird, but it is what it is. So they have Horus, which is a very cringe character. he basically can do true damage to you at level like 1. So that's not fun. But yeah, so I think 11.6 is a really bad direction unless, because in my opinion, I think they're going to nerf a lot of items. They're going to nerf a lot of gods because even if you think the meta is good right now, it's not. Objectively, it's not good for the game. And they're definitely going to nerf like everything, or a lot of things. I mean, um, and that itself is kind of, you know, suggests that the game is not in a healthy state because there's just too much damage on the board. You know, you shouldn't be. I mean, we can talk about some of the arguments that people kind of mention. Also, I'm kind of like bad at talking and playing at the same time, so I'm gonna be making a lot of mistakes, but that's just how it is. You know, some of the arguments that people make. Also, like I already made one mistake already. I should have not leveled my 2. I should have leveled my 3. Because now I can't really cheese gank.
On my way.
I still kind of can, but I don't have that,
You're fired up.
See if I had my 3. Yeah. 2 deaths in 1 minute already. Crazy.
Enemy spotted.
It is what it is. But yeah, I already messed up. Yeah, my early game is already really, really bad. Yeah, this is the game we're in right now. Just running around killing each other. This is not a thing before 11.6. You don't have people trying to kill each other like that. Never happened to me, at least until just now. Yeah, just people roaming around killing each other. See this?
Come on,
It's
man,
yeah. I'm glad this is. I'm definitely gonna upload this even if I like hard lose. It's just to prove a point that the meta right now is just really, really just. It's not a MOBA anymore. It's a team deathmatch that pretends to be a MOBA,
The specter of death.
and that undermines the game, as I mentioned earlier. It just ruins the aspect of it. There's nothing intrinsically enjoying about having a game where it's all just about kills. If you like that, that's totally fine. That's your valid opinion. But that's not what a MOBA is. So MOBA is supposed to be generally slower in the early game, focused more on micro management with CS scores and stuff like that. And then you kind of then slowly transition into a more brawly kind of system, like in the mid to late game, right? So around mid game is where you fight around Gold Fury, right? The early game is supposed to be farming. You're supposed to be focusing on just farming and out farming the enemy, right? That's the priority. Like you want to out farm your opponents, and that's how you prove that you're better than the enemy. Whereas right now, the way to outprove you're better than the enemy is simply attacking first, or grouping up as what the enemy just did and just kind of cringe killing people. Picking like characters like Horus, and just trying to like deathball people in lane. That's really like what you do. Like even these mid harpies right now just brought me to like close to half health, which is kind of crazy. The fact that one camp can do almost half your health, that's not good because that decentivizes doing camps. It's fine if it's your own jungle, but mid harpies are different because they're neutral camps. Like neutral camps, like taking you to half health means whoever attacks it first is gonna have a rougher time. It is a Thor.
I will obey.
Pump the brakes.
Invisible as the specter of death.
Your outlook is terminal.
Right. Loki cripple doesn't work because the game is bugged. So he should have not been able to teleport there, but because Loki is bugged, more bugged than Morgan, I would say. Like, I'm not even joking. His ultimate, like Loki's ult's probably more bugged than Morgan ult. It's so bad. And I did ults without Jotun's Wrath too, so that sucks. Yeah, that's not fair.
Like the chill touch
I just got cheated there. Loki ult's supposed to cripple, and the Thor was able to teleport anyways. It is what it is. The game did slow down though. Like, people died 4 times, and people haven't died since then, which is weird. It's definitely like really, really weird. That's okay. Only the Medusa is like super ahead because I am behind for dying in the early game, so I'm playing more passively. I basically, but remember how I mentioned in the early video, I said that there should be like a third idea that people aren't talking about. The third idea is having a balance between the 2 patches. So, is ADC not doing the purple buff? The third idea would be, like, again, a combination of the 2 ideas. So what I would do, and I think this is what Hires is going to do, they're going to effectively...
Your right tower is under attack.
Jesus Christ.
invisible as the specter
Enemy
of
spotted.
death.
That person just instantly died. Holy crap. You basically want to make the early game kind of tankier. So people should be tankier in the early game to discourage deathballing in lane. And focus more on out-farming your opponent. Like how a MOBA is supposed to be. And then transitioning to mid to late, people lose that scaling and become kind of squishy, right? So basically, I would, rather than scaling it linearly, just make it where you gain more health in the beginning, and then as you level up, you get less health. What I mean by less health, I don't mean like you lose health, like, but you gain less per level. That's what I would do. That way, you can't just like blink at level 2 and kill people as easily. Like, you have to be really out of position for that to happen. Basically, that's what.
This will pry open any stubborn
On
chest.
my way.
Invisible as the specter of death.
So yeah, people tanky in the early game, high scaling, late game transitions to less scaling, which means like the total HP you have at level 20 should be the same, or maybe a little bit higher. But in the early game, you should have like 600 or like 500 plus health. Like Loki is like 470 health at level 1. He should have like a bit more. Same thing with protections. His protection should be a little higher. Again, it's all just to discourage people from W King lane. And I know people are going to say no, but that's okay. Again, it's totally fine for your opinion to be... I think the game should be deathball-y. But that's not what a MOBA is. So if you want to ask yourself, like... Oh god.
Now my work begins.
Okay, I shouldn't have gone in there. I was dumb. I thought maybe I could help. I mean, like, should I went in there? No, but I feel like I just wanted to help my tier. I don't know. I always like to try to help. But yeah, our team should have rotated. I mean, that's just, like, there's 4 and left, and my team is not rotating. So that is definitely how it is. And this tier likes to talk a lot. People who like to type a lot in... Something to know about people. The people who like to type a lot are the ones who are toxic, right? Obviously. It's people who just, people like me who just don't care. We don't type. But this tier is just typing every time something bad happens or something. Like, he's just he's like the commentator type, It's like the people who like to commentate what the match is happening. It's like, no one cares. Shut up. I'm glad he is in my game though, because that's just it's entertaining.
Be careful. Retreat right lane. Enemies incoming.
Yeah, I shouldn't have went in, by the way. Like I fully know going in a 2v4 is a bad idea, but I just that's a weakness of mine. I'm compelled to help people, even though I'm playing Loki. I know, but I have like a warrior's heart where I feel like if I watch my team die, I'm actually the bad guy. Like that guy had no chance to even press 1, right? Like he just dies instantly. My stun is like 1 second. Agni's is like 0.8 seconds because of mission returns or something. And he just dies instantly for it.
How my work begins.
Someone just got checked.
Now my work begins.
It's okay. I'm just fine.
Completed.
Yo, Schmo, iced that puck.
Nice job.
We're literally at their tier 2 trying to kill them.
I'll attack left lane.
Muted. So tanky. It's a bad idea. I should not be listening to the floor.
How my work begins.
Enemy spotted.
Yep, I see.
Your right tower.
Yeah, I should have done that. He's tanky.
Your middle
Forward
tower
building,
is under attack.
defense.
Nothing like the chill.
Alright, we're gonna go
touch
Shadow
of
Drinker now.
steel on skin.
The tier also didn't really use any abilities on the Thor. I think if he did, he would have died.
Enemy spotted. Be careful.
Maybe the answer is to build 1 defense item. Sucks that the yellow buff, the yellow camp is not a thing, right? The best totem is literally yellow, so
Tower is under attack.
definitely recommend. Oh, the yellow just spawned. I'm too lazy to clear the thing and go back and pick up the buff. It's whatever.
No. Your right tower has been destroyed. Your structure is under
Now
attack.
my work begins.
She does have Aegis, so I can't just like go on her, unfortunately.
Invisible as the spectre.
Pressure
of
is still
death.
like the worst item in the game. Don't pick that up. I can't contest a Horus. Such a stupid character. Now we can get yellow here.
An ally has been
Now
slain.
my work begins.
I still can't go on the Medusa because I'm not sure if she has Aegis or not. I have no idea. Oh, surrender at 13 minutes in. That's another thing about this game is surrenders are way, way up. People just surrender now in this game a lot more.
Invisible as the spectre of death.
Spotted.
Now my work begins.
Come on, man, you ain't in the minors anymore.
Tried to take it with Hydras, but unfortunately, the burst wasn't enough.
This will pry open any stubborn
Invisible as
chest.
the spectre of death.
This doesn't have it all. I didn't gank Duel at all because it's an Apollo. It's really hard to kill an Apollo. He has free protections at level 1, which makes him tankier than anyone else in the game as an ADC. I don't
Now my work begins.
Just got checked.
I don't know what he was doing. Usually, like, the reason why Apollo is impossible to gank is because he ults out as soon as he thinks he's in trouble. So Apollo didn't ult, which means it's either was down, and if it was down, why was he pushed up so high, right? Not everyone's a great player, so it's fine. Oh, by the way, so I do want to mention something. So when people talk about, actually I need to go back and get this 1,000 gold. It's cheap. Shadowdrinker's gold. When people mention the, like, if you get
Your left tower is
one of the arguments in favoring of this current patch is like, you know how people instantly die? People say like, well, if your positioning wasn't so bad, you wouldn't instantly die.
Yo, Schmo,
Doesn't
I
make
ain't that
sense
fuck.
because positioning almost has nothing to do with instantly dying, because there are characters that can teleport, jump to you, and do a bunch of other things to you without the need
Invisible as the
to...
specter of death.
Got his beats too. If Susanoo ulted, I
My
would have.
work begins.
No chance!
Invisible as the specter of death.
An ally has been slain!
Follow ult.
I've gone through worse.
your middle tower is under attack.
Alright, Shadow Drinker.
Nothing
Then
like
we're gonna
the
go
chill touch
into
of steel
Titan's
on
Bane.
skin.
Man,
Or
you're
Serrated.
next.
Serrated is less damage than Titan's Bane, and I feel like I'm gonna need damage in this game because Apollo has protections.
Now my work begins.
Okay.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I like. It is 3k gold difference, 2.5 or whatever, 2k, 2.5-ish gold difference, and we want to surrender. Absolute insane. Again, this only was a thing because of the patch. People think that dying equals losing, and it is usually, but you gotta read you gotta look at the gold and the XP experience too. That is beats. Got a beads in the tower.
Your team has
How
destroyed
my work begins.
It's rough. Susanoo is Blackthorn Hammer too. He wanted to go a little tanky in the early game because otherwise he gets one-shotted. It's a tactic you can do too. Because people are dying so much, maybe it's better. I mean, Blackthorn is still just really strong. Just with Loki though, you don't want to go Blackthorn because you can cheese gank at level 2. So just having, or not level 2, but like in the early game.
An ally has been slain!
Your right
Invisible
tower
as
is
the
under attack.
specter of death.
Your right tower has been destroyed.
An enemy has been slain!
Now my work begins.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Get in the box!
Your left tower is under attack.
Okay, let's go. By the way, Shadow Drinker is kind of nuts. Movement speed's crazy.
Goes a long way, man!
So, Shadow Drinker on Loki, right? Why Shadow Drinker now before? Because Shadow Drinker has decent power and pen, but it didn't really matter back then because, you know, getting Shadow Drinker means you have to get a kill, and it's hard to get kills
This will
in the...
fly
Oh, wait.
open any
And to get
stubborn chest.
brawlers. Right, it's hard to get kills
Specter of death.
before, so you wouldn't build Shadow Drinker. But now it's actually easy to kill people. Like, super easy to kill people. And it's also cheap. It gives pen. Like, the base stats of Shadow Drinker is like really, really good. It hits harder than Jotun's Wrath and almost as hard as Brawlers. And it's so cheap, 22. I would build it earlier, but I found that cooldown kind of matters a bit more.
Retreat!
How my work begins.
Retreat!
guy reacts instant. He just
As the specter of death.
Now my work begins.
Shadow Dagger just saved my life, by the way. Get a data for. Bro, why is he throwing Thor to me? It's fine. Greedy, 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 greedy.
Shot it right through the
So Shadow Dragon just saved my life, by the way, because when I killed the Horus, I stealthed and Apollo could not see me in his ult. That was great. That was wonderful. Absolutely brilliant.
got
Like
checked.
a chill touch of steel on skin.
That was great, right? So, by the way, this happened many times. I've been playing Shadow Drinker for like, 5 games now. And I've in every game there was an instance where I would many instances, not many, but like a decent amount where it matters, where I kill someone and the enemy is like, wait, where did Loki go? Like, for example, Thanatos. Thanatos was in the air, I was executable, but because I killed someone who couldn't see me where I was, and by the time my stealth ran out, like my Shadow Drinker stealth, my actual stealth came back up. So that's like the idea is you kill someone, Shadow Drinker gives you stealth for 5 seconds. And then your 1 comes back off cooldown, and you can stealth again. Basically, you can stealth for 9 seconds as Loki if you don't take damage after you kill someone, right? So it's not gonna happen every time because you are gonna probably take damage, or deal damage if you want to continue fighting. There's probably like wards we're walking on.
Follow me.
Yeah, buying a sentry is a little more important than normal wards.
Now my work begins.
More of that, thank you.
I should have not ulted. The reason why I did ult is because the Apollo did not react fast enough to Aegis, so I thought he didn't have Aegis, but he did have Aegis.
Oh, ice that.
So, like, me ulting there was really unfortunate. I should have not ulted, 100%. Like, that was a mistake. I just thought that Apollo did not have actives. Oh, that Medusa should be dead. Look at that. She dashes in, which is a mistake, and then she instantly dies for it. That's crazy. And people may think that's a good thing, but being out of position shouldn't mean you should instantly die. People will think that punishment equals death. No. How it should be is, let's say you dash in accidentally or purposely, whatever, and then you're out of position, right? You should be able to be punished by taking a lot of damage so you can't continue fighting and like losing your actives and stuff. It shouldn't be like you dashed in and then like you instantly die for it. At least you should be given time to fight back, right? Because otherwise, like, I mean, the thing is, this argument where if you're bad, you deserve to instantly die, because that's really what some of you guys are saying. If you aren't good, you deserve to die instantly. I mean, by that logic, we all deserve to die, because, like, we're all not pro players. Even pro players make mistakes, by the way. So it's kind of...
I will ward.
It's kind of a very cold Stalin kind of mindset. It's like, it's you slightly worse, you instantly die. That's just, I don't think that's how the game should be.
The gold fury.
I think that making multiple mistakes is when you should die, or making one really big mistake. I guess you could say that Medusa dashing in was a very big mistake, but the point is, like, she died instantly in 1 second, like less than a second. Like, that's kind of just crazy.
Now my work begins.
That's crazy.
On my way.
That protection from Apollo just saved his life.
Invisible as the specter of death.
Also, I'm getting like some jitters and lag. It's really weird.
Someone just got checked.
Seeing if Apollo wants to greed back.
Now my work begins.
No! 1 health! Dude, that Thor stun. Oh, it's so unlucky. Okay. By the way, I auto-canceled right when Thor stunned me. I should have probably auto-canceled a little bit sooner, but yeah, that was unfortunate. That's unlucky. I really thought Thor 2 would be down because he was running away, but it wasn't up. Every time I assume that something should be, it's never the case, right? Like Thor is running away, he's retreating, right? So his 2 should be down because he's used it to stun people and run away, right? No, he had it up. I'm guessing he has like max CDR. 10, 20. He doesn't even have max CDR. It means that this Thor didn't even stun at all. His Thor just didn't even bother stunning. Oh no. That's okay.
No problem.
I'm making a lot of mistakes this game. I'm playing badly.
Of death.
I'm not playing well at all, but that's okay. I'm not. It's fine. I don't care.
An enemy has been slain.
I'm glad the game isn't really one-sided though.
Someone just got checked.
I just wanted the assist. I was trying to appeal, see if anyone wants to come in and use that as an advantage to attack.
Attack the fire giant! Invisible as the specter of death.
It's free chip damage. Medusa should be like coming up here.
Work begins.
Dash. Doing a good job peeling right now.
Invisible as the specter of
And Medusa doesn't even want to dash and like try to ult the fire giant, which is interesting.
death. Watch for more
So
patience.
that's good. I don't need to back.
Now my work begins.
That on the ground.
Forgive me.
Yeah, the game actually wasn't really one-sided this game. So, you know, usually games are one-sided for me. I had a few games where people just surrendered way too early. Now, it is ranked. Ranked generally surrender less than casuals. When I played like 5 casual games. Almost all my almost all my casual games were ended in a surrender. So like casual games, people surrender instantly because there's no merit to continue.
I'll attack right lane.
There's no merit to continue playing if you're losing because you're not losing MMR, right? Well, you are losing MMR. There is casual MMR, but people don't really see that. Whereas in ranked, there's actually an incentive to play the game. We're gonna force his ult here because there's no way he's not gonna just like.
Enemy
spotted.
enemy tower.
Invisible as the specter of death.
I don't think I can kill him, but I can definitely
Retreat.
try.
Group up.
That's lame. I really thought he would mez. I really thought he would. Again, people are just playing so weirdly, man. Like I would go on Apollo and I thought he would mez into his ult, but he just ulted. Again, which is weird because you want to mez first. Playing guard duty. That sucks.
Your left tower is
This
under
will
attack.
pry open any
Um,
Your
stubborn
middle tower
chest.
is under attack.
Oh my god, that lifesteal.
Now my work begins.
Your left tower
At the ready.
I'm gonna chase him.
right.
I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna let him back. He went
Invisible
into
as the
jungle.
specter
Your
of
left beam
death.
is under attack.
Hey, where did he go?
Retreat middle lane. Retreat
nobody where he
middle
went.
lane.
Apollo, very unfun character. Just does nothing but split push.
Now my work begins.
That sucks.
Invisible as the specter of death.
Group up.
I'm playing very risky. Like I'm not really playing with the team. Kind of just like doing my own thing.
Enemy spotted. Defend the fire giant.
Nothing like the chill touch of steel. Now my work begins.
The enemy team has destroyed
That's
the
Oni
goal.
too. That sucks. I don't know what my team is doing. My team was like in mid lane for whatever reason, and then you know like while I was chasing the Apollo,
Invisible as the specter
and then now we're losing like, and I kind of like I backed to stop the Apollo. I shouldn't be the one doing this. It should be the tier, but he doesn't know that. And we have to push the waves because Apollo's gonna ult and take the Phoenix. Character is toxic. Pyromancer is more valuable though in our position.
invisible as the specter of death.
Wow, that did so much damage.
Enemies in right lane. Now my work begins.
Enemies in middle lane.
Outlook is terminal.
Crazy.
My final
Feeds Aegis, and then he 3-shots me.
Defend right lane. Defend right lane.
Slap shot.
No, he should have just kept auto-attacking. Oh no, this X-Spell uses too. Okay, that should be...
Has been slain.
Okay, this is rough. It really is. They use Beads Aegis on me, and then they ignore all my damage, and they turn around and kill me. Like, there's nothing I can do, because a Hunter can 3 to 4 shot you.
Long way, man.
So, it's just so awkward, right? I'm thinking about, like, going Aegis on Loki instead of Blink, because of that exact reason.
I'll attack right
I
lane.
don't
Enemies have returned to base.
I don't think Blink is good, because
invisible as the
if you blink
specter of
in
death.
and you don't get a kill, you're gonna die. And I don't think that risk is worth. So I think it's better to play safe. I think it's better to be alive than it is to try to get a kill. And that's the meta we're kind of in, right? Like that's the way I'm kind of thinking. In the late game, it's better to play safe than it is to play aggressive, because you just die instantly. Whereas in 11.5, you are encouraged to take risky fights because the punishment isn't too severe. It makes the game feel a little better in the end game.
Now my work begins.
Dude, what the freak? 1 Medusa 2 did half my health, dude. What? Okay. Now I got it back again.
A rather
Oh,
strong
man.
cocktail of sedatives. Perfect.
All right, let's go ahead and buy Sentry. We haven't bought a single Sentry. I'm not really playing this game right. I'm kind of just AFK. Just running around and killing each other. It's what this the game we're kind of in right now.
Be careful.
It sucks because they have 2 global ults, so it's even more discouraging to even play. Because like if I go up, I have to worry about a Thor and Apollo ult chasing me. But that's the Shadow Drinker helps with that though, right? Like it does.
I've
Shadow
always
Drinker
wanted a
really helps with that idea.
receptionist.
Oh my god.
Enemies in right lane.
I'll defend. Stay here.
Okay.
Yeah, see, this
Now
sounds...
my work
Stay here.
There's no way he's just gonna let me just kill him.
Wow, glad they didn't penalize you for that hook.
Invisible as the specter of death.
Your next dose.
Did half his health.
Cancel that. Attack Fire Giant.
This Apollo
Now
is so
my work
annoying.
begins.
Okay.
Attack the fire giant.
Come on, man, you ain't in the minors anymore.
Invisible as the specter of death.
Xing Chendi got a nice ult there, but like, come on, dude. It's so unfun the way this Apollo's playing. Like split pushing is actually like back now because you just do so much damage. Like why fight when you can just split push? Like it's safer. I mean it's Apollo, right? Like he's always gonna split push no matter what. But like still, it's so frustrating. I feel like we're gonna lose this game because our patience is gonna run thin.
Enemy team has destroyed the Pyromancer.
Invisible as the specter of death.
Ally has been slain.
Retreat.
Double kill.
Yeah, like We're gonna lose this game because the enemy just has more patience.
Woohoo.
How my work begins.
Slaying an enemy.
Invisible as the specter of death.
My only option was to try to kill as many of them as possible so we can't lose the game. That was my only option because I wasn't going to escape.
Yes.
Your left phoenix is under attack.
Okay.
Ooh, man, you're benched. You guys need to read the playbook.
Okay. Your left phoenix has been destroyed.
We'll just die too fast.
Your
It's
Titan
just not
is under attack.
fair, really. There's no chance, right? You make one mistake and the game's over. He has to be able to save this. Good stun. Okay. Thank God. Couldn't lose.
No chance.
Apollo's gonna ult.
Enemy ultimate incoming.
Okay.
Now we have to sit and defend the base because Apollo's gonna ult in. You just see how Shadow Drinker, by the way, worked, right?
Tasty elixir for these
When I killed the Apollo, Shadow Drinker activated, right? And Thor landed on me, but he couldn't still see me where I was, so he kind of like moved back a little bit.
How my work
Gave me enough time to walk out and kill Susanoo as well. You guys saw that, right? Like, that was really cool. Shadow Drinker is pretty good. I kind of like it.
invisible as the specter of death.
Defend left
Enemies
lane.
in right lane.
At any time, he can just ult and kill the Titan.
Watch for more patience.
Yeah, we need someone who can stun. But Apollo's gonna beads. He's gonna beads it. So stuns don't. They don't.
How my work begins.
Now this gives him the ability to do Fire Giant.
Your right phoenix is under attack.
Dude, it's so cringe the way this
Invisible as the specter of death.
An enemy has been slain.
Attack the fire giant.
Okay, he kind of threw that.
Group up.
Enemies at the fire giant.
Defend the Titan.
No, the Horus, they're all at fire. They're not.
How my work begins.
Invisible as the specter of death.
Attack fire giant.
Yeah, Horus can ult the Titan, but Horus was in left.
Defend the Titan. I'll defend. Attack. Attack.
How my work begins.
Defend what? Oh, for Apollo 20 seconds? I guess.
Enemies have returned to base.
Invisible as the specter of death.
No, dude, why is his hammer... Ugh, just blink for no reason. I keep thinking his abilities are down. It's like he's not using abilities.
Ward here. Retreat left lane.
Yes.
How my work begins. A rather strong cocktail of sedatives. Perfect.
God, this Apollo is so cringe. Look at that. He's so cringe.
Invisible as the specter of death.
I mean, Apollo's here, so like we can kind of just chase him.
How my work
Come on,
begins.
man,
Left
you ain't the
lane.
miners anymore.
Well, no, we can't lose his Phoenix.
Specter of death.
Okay, we didn't lose his Phoenix.
How my
got checked.
Your left Phoenix has
This game is so brutal.
structure is under
This game is so brutal.
Invisible as the specter of death.
Add to my collection.
Phoenix is under attack.
Now my work begins.
An enemy has been
Attack
slain.
middle lane. Middle lane. Defend the Titan.
Your Titan is under attack.
Dude, it's so stupid. Like this isn't not how a like come on. This is not how it should be, man.
A tasty elixir for these long nights.
Oh, this is so painful. And I don't think this has anything to do with the patch too. Like they can be doing this in the previous patch. Like, you know, this is just so unfortunate because there's nothing we can do. If we move up, they backdoor. And then Phoenixes are so weak, they just keep taking them every time. Oh, Jesus. And like the thing is, we need to kill all of them, but there's always like around two players alive every time.
Now my work begins.
So annoying.
Your next dose.
Should really upgrade my active. This is so lame.
I need the jungle buff.
My fault.
If we give them power,
Has destroyed the pyromancer.
Enemies incoming.
Invisible as the specter of death.
Enemy ultimate incoming.
Careful left.
Dose.
Under attack.
Attack.
Invisible
An
as the
enemy has
specter
been
of
slain.
death.
Man, you're benched.
Attack the Titan. Defend the Titan. Your next dose.
In the box.
Attack the Titan.
Medusa's gonna be alive by the time we spawn. I have low health. Well, if we get wiped by the Medusa, this is gonna suck so badly.
Invisible as the specter of
The sound of crushed bones.
We're gonna have to try.
Has destroyed a middle enemy Phoenix.
Someone just got checked.
Blast it all. Enemy ultimate incoming.
I'm on it.
No, what? I mean, okay, that's so risky. Dude, like I didn't want to play freaking a stressful game like this. This is not my goal. I just want to play one game. Oh my god.
Enemy ultimate incoming.
Just got checked. Keep them coming.
Attack the Titan.
Attack
Get in
the
the
Titan.
box.
Completed.
Dude, I'm gonna get a heart attack. This is so stressful. This is not fun. And again, this probably has nothing to do with the patch.
No. Attack.
Okay. Attack.
Attack. Attack.
A rather strong cocktail of
specter of death.
Perfect. Yes.
On my way.
Please let them end the game. Please don't let Medusa get a pentakill here. They all spawned, by the way.
Invisible as the specter of death.
Retreat!
They all spawned.
Retreat.
We're at their Titan when they're all spawned.
Enemies incoming. Enemies incoming. Retreat.
Now my work begins.
That ice tea.
Specter of death.
Enemies have returned. Enemy ultimate. Enemy ultimate.
Next dose.
An enemy has been slain.
I can heal. I can heal. I can heal. Healing really doesn't matter.
Now my work begins.
Double kill. You're slain an enemy.
Invisible as look at this bloody masterpiece.
I don't care. Everyone must die. Jesus, we won. Oh, dude.
You have but one chance to surrender.
Oh, this is.
Just the flesh read.
Oh, and there's a typical "I hate you until we win" mentality from the tier. All right. That was that wasn't fun, guys. I did not have fun. I have class in like an hour and I'm going to be it's I have an exam in 1 hour and I'm super stressed out right now and I'm going to go into an exam super stressed out. That was not fun. That was horrible. That was not enjoying. I didn't have fun pretty much any time in this game. Well, I had moments of fun with Shadow Drinker coming in clutch, but besides that, like, okay, let's. Okay, so let's talk about things, right? So I was talking very casually for really the most of the game about 11.6. So I'm sure a lot of people are gonna have a lot of questions, and a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, but what about this and that?" Um, I'm not here to formally debate about the patch differences, but I just believe that I know the patch is overall unhealthy for the game. People dying instantly isn't something we want in the game because it undermines the core mechanics of a MOBA, which is to focus on outfarming your opponent and making key decisions on when to fight rather than just fight. So just remember that um it's not skillful to one-shot people because it favors the person who's attacking first. It's like Call of Duty, right? Like, it's not skillful in Call of Duty to kill someone instantly. It's skillful to be good at aiming and shooting and aiming at the head in Call of Duty, but that's not the point, right? But we don't want. Do we want Smite to be like a Call of Duty game? Some people may say yes because they just like that thing. Again, if you just like the idea of just fighting all the time and killing each other all the time, then that's totally okay. I'm not here to say that the way you're feeling is wrong, that you shouldn't feel good about yourself for just killing a bunch of people. For me, and I'm gonna assume for most people, because I do think this is a loud minority situation. Um, it's fun when you deserve the kill, not because you know you did it yourself, not because the game gave it to you. So there's nothing skillful about going in insta killing people the first few minutes of the game because people are very squishy and killable, right? Um, it's not rocket. It's not you didn't do anything extraordinary by just doing that. You just abused the fact that people are so killable in this game, and you took advantage over that, and you're just exploiting it. That's all you're really doing. You're not showing a testament of skill. So there's a lot of people like to use the word skill as an argument. To me, I don't care. It shouldn't be about that. It's not about skill, right? People talk about skill this, skill that. One of the conversations a lot of Smite players like to have, like for example, versus League, right? Like some Smite players like to talk bad about League because there's no skill shots for auto attacks in League, and yet it completely undermines the entire point and idea of auto attacks in League, where it's not about hitting, it's not about aiming your shots, it's about using it properly with kiting techniques and stuff like that. So like there's other skill factors that you're missing out. Same idea with this, by the way. So you can say it's not you can say it's so skillful killing people instantly, but there are third variables. There's many other variables that you're not accounting to. Right? Like killing someone instantly usually should only happen when you're like 2 levels or higher above someone, right? You shouldn't be able to walk up and instantly kill people. Um, and again, the other popular argument is the whole like out of position, like you deserve to die because you're out of position. That's like really again Stalin mentality. It's like very cold mentality. It's like a black and white. Out of position, instantly death. Like there should be consequences for doing bad things. I'm not saying that, but it shouldn't be severe to where you die. Why are people so extreme? Why are some people so extreme about consequences? If you mess up, me getting half your health and your actives burned is more than enough of a punishment. You don't like if you're too injured to continue fighting, that's as if you die. The only difference is you don't give golden experience to the enemy team, making them snowballing, making them higher level and snowballing you better, right? It shouldn't be about like like to live or not to live. But that's the situation we're in right now. It is to live or not to live. If I don't instantly kill this person, then I am useless. And it shouldn't be about that. There used to be a game of attrition, right? Where you poke people, bring them down, and then you fight them. So there's like some thought behind that. Like, hey guys, we shouldn't fight. Let's see if we can poke down the enemy. Bluestone Loki style, or any other god that's really good at poking. But that doesn't exist anymore. I tried Bluestone Loki. It's absolutely horrible. There's no point in Bluestone. You just kill them. You kill them. You kill them faster than any of the ticks from Bluestone. You just kill them too quickly for Bluestone to have any value. So I don't like my Bluestone at all. It's not. I think Bluestone is really just a clearing item now, and it's not that great. So again, I don't like the skill argument or the out of position deserve to die kind of arguments, right? There's nothing skillful about a Thanatos ulting on you, insta killing you, right? Like let's say you're in position and then an assassin blinks and insta kills you. That's not skillful. That's not your fault for being you weren't out of position, right? What if you're in a situation, people always think that, people are complaining that they're dying instantly, so it must mean they're out of position. That's not always the case. What if you are perfectly in position, but you still instantly get killed? That's the problem. No one's, to me, when people are complaining that they're instantly dying, they're probably not complaining, why am I instantly dying all by myself in a 1v4? Like when I tried to help that tier in the early game, and I didn't complain about instantly, I don't think I did, where I just complained instantly die. I said, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I went in a 2v4 and I got instantly killed. Like, yes, there's 3-4 people attacking me. I deserve to instantly die. But no one, I was out of position. I deserve to die because there's 3 people there trying to attack me, right? And also I used my abilities to, I had no escapes. So yeah, I deserve to die there 100%. That's a huge mistake I made. But people aren't complaining about that. People are saying that, hey, I'm in position and I'm getting instantly killed anyways. So like that's the problem. Like where do you draw the line of what's out and what's in position? And like what if you're slightly out of position? Do you just like we're not machines. Most people who play this game are not god tier, right? To assume that everyone should be perfectly in position or they deserve to die, it's like assuming that everyone should be just be like at that point everyone should just run for the esport like SPL. If so, like because that's not a thing. Most people aren't going to be able to do that. So like is this favoring casual players? It's favoring most people. You can even be a ranked player who's in Grandmasters. You're still going to make so many mistakes. Like, you know, even pro players make mistakes. I don't know. I just think that this kind of cold mentality. Oh, there's another thing I wanted to say. It's another thing. It's about matchmaking, actually. So some of you guys may have maybe noticed that matchmaking is more apparently not great because games are more one-sided, because surrenders happen more frequently, right? It's not, it actually has nothing to do with matchmaking. Matchmaking is exactly the same. It's always generally bad because there's not enough people playing the game. So matchmaking in general is going to have a poorer quality because there's a lack of people, right? That's going to happen. So assume that matchmaking is not amazing. Assume that matchmaking is not great, right? In a snowbally game, snowbally meta, it's gonna make it more apparent. And some people are right about this. On Reddit, some people have already said this, that it's more apparent on who's bad and versus who's good because of the snowball meta. But the thing is that because matchmaking is always not great, you're gonna have bad players on both teams generally. And snowball meta just shows the discrepancy, the inequality even more, right? So the snowball meta is basically making the game, making matchmaking look even worse, even though it's been the same, right? There's no difference between matchmaking in 11.6 and 11.5. It's all the same. The difference is now that because you get so punished for just breathing incorrectly, it's more evident or more apparent that people are just, you know, that worse compared to everyone else. And you may think like, well, that's how it should be. And I agree with you. On paper, in a perfect world where matchmaking is perfect, that is how it should be. If you make one, if all else is equal, if everyone in this game is perfectly equal in skill, then yes, then snowball meta, there wouldn't be snowball meta. It would be equal, and it'd just be like, you make one mistake, you get hard punished for it. That's like, okay. But the thing is, matchmaking is not perfectly equal. So by having a snowball meta, it just makes matchmaking it looks even worse. And that's not fun. So a slower meta kind of pushes matchmaking to look a little better because now bad players have a chance to come back and do something about it, right? So you may totally disagree. You might be an elite thinker, which you probably are. You're like, oh no, if you're slightly worse than me, you deserve to lose. You can have that mentality. It's not going to do you any favors because when you play and when you have one of those bad players in your team, you realize how snowbally the game is, and that one player cannot snowball properly. You just instantly lose. You're not thinking to yourself like, dang, snowball meta is a problem. If the game wasn't so snowbally, then perhaps my bad player wouldn't be doing so bad. You'd be thinking, man, this guy's so bad, uninstall. Like you would be focusing on the wrong problems. Right, so like I think a game being slightly slower, right, higher time to kill, making the game like that makes the game look better, right? It'll make the game feel better and look better, right? If the game is all about killing, I mean, are we even playing Conquest anymore, right? If we're like, you saw the first 10 minutes of the game, you had 3 people running around just killing each other every time, deathballing. We call that deathballing. I don't think that's fun. I think that ruins the idea of the game. And if that's what Smite wants, and it's not what Smite wants, because again, 11.7 patch is going to nerf a lot of things. It's very likely they're going to nerf a lot of characters. Horus, Zhonghui, freaking Thor, like any other, like Thanatos. Thanatos is going to get another nerf. Oh, by the way, like this meta, every Thanatos player is stroking. Like they love this meta right now. So if you thought a lot of the problems like Thanatos was a problem, it's even more of a problem now. So, you know, It's obvious that Smite doesn't want the game to be in this current state. Anyone who favors this are just objectively wrong. And I'm very confident that Smite is going to Hi-Rez is going to just nerf a lot of things. So much so the game is going to feel more balanced. It's going to feel where early game you can't just simply W king more as much, and then late game you don't get instantly killed as much. So I think the best case scenario is if you make a lot of mistakes, you deserve to die. If you make one mistake, you deserve to lose some of your actives or a good chunk of your health. It shouldn't be insta death for simply wanting to walk out of the tower to clear your minion wave, right? Like, that's how it is right now. If you walk out of your tower to clear a minion wave because that's what you're supposed to do, you just instantly die for it because you have an assassin blink and kill you. So, I don't know. Maybe Blink's the problem. No. All right. I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. Or not stream. This is not a stream. I'm not streaming. This is a private recording. And I'll see you guys next time, okay? Let me know what you guys think down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Stay safe. Be cool. Peace.